Hi, welcome to Ask Bishop Zac. We have another question from a listener. This is about the urge for proselytizing currently in high drive with Christian evangelicals and Pentecostal movements. So the question is it really the Christian call to all believers to go after all non-Christian believers, that is Muslims, Jews, and others, to make the latter abandon their faith, traditions, and turn to the one, Christianity? Or is it rather only recommended to proselytize to non-believers?
Proselytize, big word.
Big word.
But a good word actually. And the distinction is often not made between proselytizing and converting. Proselytizing is essentially a process by which you seek to persuade another to become like you, not only in substance but also in form. It's really, in a sense, encouraging, inviting, persuading others to be like you in your cultural practices, as well as, of course, the values that you hold, your worldview, but as well as forms. Conversion is a process by which people are invited or persuaded to first shift in their value or the way they see the world, and determine how that new way of understanding, seeing the world, should be formed in their own culture. So it's not a changing of culture, but it's about the changing of the value system. And of course, once the value system is changed, then there will be certain changes in the practices, but not everything. So for example, when the missionaries came, a lot of what they did was proselytization. So Christianity began to look like white man's religion. Actually, there could have been a lot. I can say this. For example, the missionaries didn't want us initially to be singing and drumming because they associated the drum with quote-unquote pagan practices, which and so on. But actually that's not true. Drums are one way of celebrating. So if indeed in the proclamation of the good news of Jesus Christ there is absolutely celebrating, you do not have to now use a piano in order to be a Christian. No, you actually can use the drum. So the first of using the piano is proselytizing, but being able to understand the good news of Jesus and celebrate in your own language, your own medium, that is the process of conversion. Now, the work of conversion, as the scriptures teach, the story of Jesus reflected the biblical narrative, is very, very clear who does the work of converting. The work of converting is the work of the Holy Spirit. It's not a human action. It's a divine action. The job of the individual who claims, professes, speaks of a real life-changing experience of Jesus Christ will be able to share it with any and everyone. Any and everyone. And it's the work of the Holy Spirit what he does with that. It is the work of the Holy Spirit what he does with that. So yes, the invitation to share the good news. And the reason is this, and this is really profound. Jesus is not a Christian. Jesus was not a Christian. Jesus, very interesting, the Jewish religion killed him because they decided he was not a true, he was adulterating the Jewish religion. So in that sense, although Jesus, his devotion culturally was Jewish, he did not teach Jewish religion. In other words, Jesus did not teach Christianity. Jesus did not teach any religion. Jesus as the universal, the one who reflects who God is, the Creator God, the Most High, the Almighty, who was in the beginning with God and is revealed in Jesus of Nazareth. It's a story for all people. So it's a story to be shared with all, and it's been really encouraging to see people engage with that amazing story of Jesus. Jesus of Nazareth is a universal story located in a particular place. So yes, we are invited to share that story because it is not our story. It's the story for everybody. But it's not for us to tell, to force people, to tear them into
with the intention of
with the intention of making them look like us. once the Holy Spirit is at work, I can tell you this, he will form them into what God, it's the work of conversion, as the Bible teaches us, is the work of the Holy Spirit. And part of the real embarrassing thing is how force, ways of, it's no longer persuasion. They use money, they use rice, they use all sorts of things. They use fear, and so on and so forth. That's not the good news. The good news. The good news is the Holy Spirit does persuade. The Holy Spirit convicts. The Holy Spirit is real, and he can work with Muslims. He can work. The Holy Spirit is not limited where he can talk, who he can talk with.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.